Aditi, welcome to AZ Yoga and more. Today I bring to you a beautiful hip opening yoga flow. If you generally feel any tightness in the lower back, in the pelvis, in the hip flexors, in the thighs, this is the right practice for you. So let's just dive right in.
Alright, let's begin today's practice in any comfortable seated position. Bring your palms on your knees or your thighs and let us start taking deep inhales and exhales. Notice how you feel. Notice any tightness in your hips, in your lower back. Keep your back straight. Just one more breath here. And as you exhale, slowly open your eyes and make your way to the tabletop position. Wrists exactly under the shoulders, knees under the hips, and when you're ready, send your left leg behind you. Rock a little forward to back on your toes. Now bend your left knee and begin to draw circles with the knee. A couple of them inwards and then outwards. Opening up the pelvic region and warming up the hip flexors here. Keep breathing. Let's switch to the other side. Right leg goes out. Stretch the sole of your right foot by sending the heel forward and back. And then let's draw those knee circles. Release. Bring your toes together and send your knees away from each other. As you exhale, sit down on your heels, extend your arms forward and bring your forehead down on the mat. Into the extended child's pose. Try and observe the stretch. It's a beautiful asana. It's extremely relaxing. Keep breathing deep. Allow your pelvis to feel the stretch, to feel as if it's breathing. On your next inhale, press into the palms, come back up to the tabletop position, and then you curl your toes, send your hips up high into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Push the mat away from you and try to push the chest behind towards your thighs. You can bend your knees, you can pedal your feet, just find what feels good. Come back to a stable downward dog. On your next inhale, bring your right leg in between both your hands. Left knee comes down. You can place a small towel or just fold your mat to cushion your left knee. If there is any discomfort, come back up, place both your palms on your right knee. Push the hips forward by bending your right knee. You'll feel a deep stretch in your left upper thigh. Bring your hands on your lower back, open your chest. Let's take a deep inhale. And exhale, come back down on the mat, lift your left knee up and let's switch the legs. Left leg comes forward, right knee comes down on the mat. As you inhale, bring both your hands back up on your left knee. And as you exhale, slowly bend your left knee and push your hips forward. You'll feel a deep stretch in the right thigh. Bring both your hands on your lower back. Open your chest. Let's take a big inhale. Exhale. Bring both your hands back down into your low lunge. This time, curl your right toes and bring your right leg in front into your forward fold. Inhale, big breath, bring both your hands overhead. Exhale, Namaste. Now let us come towards the longer edge of our mat. Spread both your legs slightly more than hip distance apart and turn them out at 45 degrees. Bring your hands in front of your chest. Slowly start squatting down, bending your knees into Malasana or the deep yogic squat. You can rock a little left to right and then settle down when you're ready. Now I understand that not all our bodies are equally flexible and some of you might have some discomfort in the knees. So let me introduce to you my magic yoga block. There it is. You can use a yoga block, a thick book or a blanket to place under your sit bones and comfortably rest on that. So just use these props as per your comfort. Now with or without the block, remember to keep your back straight and shoulders rolled behind. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, plant your palms on the mat and then lift your hips up high to come into your slightly wide-legged forward fold. On your next inhale, bring both your hands to the side and all the way to the top. Exhale, Namaste. Now, let us widen the legs more than hip distance apart, pointing both the toes at the corners of your mat. As you exhale, bend both your knees and sit down into your Utkatta Konasana, goddess pose. Both your thighs almost parallel to the mat. Keep your back straight. Breathe in and out for 3, 2, and on your next inhale, bring both your hands overhead again. Exhale, Namaste. Start sliding your feet back in and make your way down to your tabletop position. When you're ready, send your left leg straight out behind you. Use the strength in your palms, press them into the mat and bring your right knee to your right wrist. Send the left leg behind and settle down here into your Kapotasana or pigeon pose. Important reminder, do not rest your right hip down. Stay up here. And on your next exhale, melt forward, bring your belly to the top of your thigh and extend your arms out. Forehead comes on the mat. Stay here for a couple of breaths. Sthiram Sukham Asanam. Find stillness and ease in the pose. It's a beautiful asana to release tightness from your lower back, from your hip flexors and thighs. On your next inhale, slow and steady, start walking your hands back up. Plant your palms, push the mat away from you and send your right leg behind. Bring your knees down, take a little dip into modified Balasana and come back up to your tabletop position. This time we send the right leg behind, plant your palms, bring your left knee to your left wrist. Sending the right leg behind, flat foot. Notice the gap between the mat and my left hip. If it feels too much, again you can use the magic yoga block or you can use a blanket to place it under your left hip just to become more comfortable into the asana. And then exhale, slow and steady, start melting forward. Bring your forehead down on the mat. Take some long and settling breaths in and out. On your next breath, walk your hands back up to your seated pigeon pose. Now you can sit down on your left hip and swing your right leg forward. Make your way down to the mat. Try flushing your lower back with the surface of the mat, and when you're ready, hug both your knees into your chest. Now grab the soles of your feet from inside And try opening both the legs at 90 degrees, soles of your feet pointing up towards the ceiling into your happy baby pose, Ananda Balasana. Use the weight of your hands to pull the knees slightly closer to the mat. You might feel an intense but extremely calming stretch in your hip flexors and thighs. Consciously allow your pelvic muscles to relax. We are here for one more breath. As you exhale, release the hands, close your legs like a book, and let both your legs open straight out on the mat into your Shavasana. Bring both your hands on the belly and feel the rhythmic movement of your breath and your abdomen. Take a moment to settle down. Relax your shoulders, your forehead, your eyes, and your ankles. Just observing how you felt before the practice and how you're feeling now. Bring your attention back to your breath, and when you're ready, bring both your hands in front of your chest in a namaste. Take a breath full of love and gratitude. Release both your hands, hug your knees into your chest, grab the opposite ankles and rock your way to the top into your Sukhasana. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. If you like this practice, please hit the like and subscribe button.